First off, I want to say this. All you people who saw our quarterback tier list and decided to try and you know, hurt our feelings. I could honestly, I could care less. I will go on camera. I will say whatever the hell I want. Okay. And if you want to comment that I'm wrong, if you want to comment that I'm dumb, go for it. I appreciate your view. I appreciate your comment. And you can block me, you can unsubscribe, you can dislike. I don't give a piss. Okay. I'm gonna rank my wide receivers however the hell I want to rank my wide receivers. Okay. So if you think that I'm gonna dumb this down and be a little bit more lenient and try and go with the flow here, like because we got so much slack for our quarterback tier list, ain't no chance in hell.
Oh, we're different.
Ain't no chance in hell.
We're different.
Okay. So here we go. Get ready because
I got something to say.
Go for it.
And before people comment saying, "Oh, you put my favorite team's wide receiver too low," it's subjectable. It's opinionated.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're stressed out over us ranking your favorite quarterback not top 5. So,
all right,
there it is.
There's a lot of wide receivers here, so we should rip this fast. Do we want to go in order, or do we want to pick guys out of the hat, kind
of? Just pick them out of a hat. Just go random.
Let's start with our top 5.
Oh,
should we?
Just go random for now. I need to think.
Random?
Actually, no. Put Justin Jefferson up there.
For sure.
He's top 5.
JJ's top 5.
Easily. I think we can both agree.
Let's just establish our top 5 right now.
Yeah, screw it.
CD top 5.
Yes, I agree.
Tyreek top 5.
Yep, I agree. Easy 3 right there.
I'm on our top 5. All right, now here's where it gets tricky. There's 2 guys, right? There is a Ja'Marr Chase, right? You can put top 5. And then there's AJ Brown. You can put top 5.
There's other guys you can put top 5. Let me scroll down there. There's other guys you could argue Cooper Kupp in some worlds.
DK?
You could argue a lot of guys in some worlds.
DK could be in there. That's it, I think. I think that's literally it. Devontae Adams, you could argue, is top 5.
People would have argued Stephon Diggs on the Bills.
I don't think Devontae Adams is crazy to say it's top 5.
Nope, Diggs not crazy at all.
Anymore. All right, who's 5? Who's 5?
So are we we're looking at AJ Brown, Cooper Kupp, DK Metcalf, Devontae Adams, Ja'Marr Chase, and Stephon Diggs, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So
I'll say this.
Whoever's not top 5 is elite.
Easily. Yes.
Oh. All right. Nicholas said it perfect. Hi, Nicholas. Welcome back. He said Chase or AJ.
Chase or AJ. Okay, you know what? You're right. I'll be the guy. I'll bite the bullet. I know I said Ja'Marr Chase wasn't top 5. I know I said that, but I don't give a piss what you think. Ja'Marr Chase is not top 5. AJ Brown 5. Debate a wall. Ja'Marr Chase has been bad this year. He's been bad. His last game, 118 yards. Good for you, Ja'Marr Chase. Here's a sticker. AJ Brown's better than you this year. Ja'Marr Chase is elite. He's 6. He's fringe 5. But I'm AJ Brown. Damn it. Okay.
I'll agree with AJ Brown. I was gonna argue maybe Cooper Kupp when healthy. Because we've seen so much out of Cooper Kupp. He has a triple crown.
Yeah, that's true. But that has to be when he's the wide receiver 1. Matthew Stafford just picks a guy and throws it to him. You think
fair?
Do you think if Puka Nacua was on any other team last year, he would have those stats? Absolutely no chance in hell. No shot.
Yeah, it just depends.
Puka Nacua is force-fed. When Cooper Kupp had his triple crown season, he was force-fed. Okay, Cooper Kupp doesn't do anything that different from guy like Amon-Ra, Tyreek, CD, JJ, or AJ Brown or Ja'Marr Chase. He's not better skilled than any of them. I don't think he has a better skill set than Devontae Adams. He's not better skilled than DK. I think him and Diggs are pretty close. But yeah, let's
move Cooper Kupp to elite, DK Metcalf to elite. Put those all up there.
I'm gonna kind of rank that here. Throw these guys in there.
So that's the order you're putting them in?
I think that's not a crazy order to put them in.
Let me see it again. Devontae D. Yeah, it's fair. I like it. I know I argued Cooper Kupp top 5, but I get it.
I don't think this is crazy to say. I don't think it's crazy to put Diggs in and B. I don't think Diggs is an elite receiver anymore. I don't. I really don't.
I think he's gonna.
Ridiculous? Is that ridiculous?
I don't think it's ridiculous in the aspect. I think he's gonna miss Josh Allen at the end of the day. Because I think C.J. Stroud likes throwing to Nico Collins way more than Stephon Diggs.
I think
personally,
I could be comfortable even putting Nico Collins in elite, and I'm gonna do it. Damn it!
Not yet.
You don't think? All right, we'll put.
Is this his first full year with the Texans? Did he play?
No. Yeah, he played.
I'm trying to think. What were his stats last year?
Incredible. Let's pull it up here.
Can you pull them up very quick?
Yep.
Let me see here. I'm trying to think. Nico Collins can be elite. I think I want to see another full year out of him.
I think it's not crazy to call him elite at all. There's another guy I want to put elite. Last year, splits. Let me pull up the splits. 2023, he had 1,270 yards, so 97 yards.
Okay.
I don't think it's crazy to say
killing it now.
Nico Collins is the wide receiver 1 on that team. He is.
Is this his sophomore year?
Yeah, I believe so. No, I think it's his junior. What is it? Yeah, it's his junior year. No, it's his senior year. Damn, he's been in the league since 2021.
What's his stats yards by year? You think? What they have that
his rookie year, 33 catches on 60 targets, 14 games played, 446 yards,
expectable.
2022, 10 games played, 37 catches, 66 targets, 481 yards. Then C.J. Stroud gets drafted, 1,297 yards.
Okay, what's he at right now? He's probably on a pace to beat that.
He is already, I think, beat that. He has 338 yards, so literally 2 more games he's gonna crush that. Dude, he's better than Diggs.
Let's put it elite for now, but I want to revisit this at the end.
He's an elite receiver. Adonai Mitchell, I think that I would like to put him in future star. We haven't seen anything out of Adonai.
So are we putting future stars as we need to see more type of thing, or is it going to be like they're not B, they're not C, they're just guys we believe in type of thing? Or I
think it's more of a we've seen enough out of this guy, but it's not fair to put him in elite yet, and he's not. I don't want to call him B because it's and they're not B yet because.
But didn't Adonai Mitchell just get drafted?
Yeah, but he's also I've kind of seen enough out of Adonai Mitchell to know he's not really gonna do anything. I mean, he's only has what. On the year, he has 32 yards and 2 catches on the year, and he's played in every game.
Well, that's rookie wide receiver. You would expect it.
He had 0 targets in his first game, and last year he had last game he had 1 target, didn't catch it. He had 4 targets, 1 catch, 5 targets, 1 catch. Dude, he is not. He's not a future star at all. I mean, there was a lot of promise coming out of Texas. He was such a speed threat, but I don't think Adonai Mitchell. I think I could put him D if I really wanted to.
We'll put him in D. Need to see more kind of type of thing.
Yeah,
you haven't seen enough. He can be good, but need to see more.
Amari Cooper.
I like. I'll put him up in B. I don't think he's elite.
I could make an argument for C.
I'm gonna throw him in B. He's their wide receiver 1. He puts up some good numbers.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a C.
Brandon Cooks is a solid C. This guy is he's very mid. He's consistent. He's going to get the job done. He's a CT receiver, a guy that I would not hate to see on the Steelers.
Here we go. make a tier Brandon Ayuk. Ayuk. Yeah.
All right.
He's the biggest thief in football history for the next couple years. Brandon Ayuk's yet to have been showing up. Niners need him to show up and play. Mm-hmm. He's been playing, but they need him to actually produce.
Yeah.
If he was being the Brandon Ayuk we know, honestly, he's a high C, low B.
He's low B. He was low B.
Yeah. Brandon Ayuk is not
so if this is how we'll know if people actually watch the full video. If you're watching this, Brandon Ayuk is a low B receiver, but we're putting him in I hate you because that guy literally ruined my summer. So
yeah, we're Steelers fans if you haven't watched these before. So we try not to show bias, but like Brandon and I played with our emotions, and we're kind of happy we didn't get him.
Brian Thomas Jr.
Future star.
Future star.
You know I'm high on him. I know a lot of people are high on him.
Calvin Ridley, you asked me 2 years ago, B. I think this guy is a C-tier receiver.
Look at his quarterback he has.
Still, I think he's had decent quarterback options. I mean, last year he had Trevor Lawrence, who was solid last year. Now he has Will Levis. Good wide receivers still prevail with a bad quarterback. Look at Devontae Adams.
Now, here's a question. We did it for quarterbacks. Are we taking into account their entire career as well, I'm presuming?
Half and half. Okay, like obviously, like if you put Antonio Brown on this list now, I'm not going to put him in elite. You know what I mean? If you put like a guy like that, like if you give me who's a guy like that, I don't really have any of those. Like I don't know, like if you put like an old head up here, no, I'm not gonna put him
like D-Hop.
Yeah, like D-Hop. D-Hop was elite at his time. Now he's a B-tier receiver. Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin is having a monster year this year. I don't think I think we could call Chris Godwin elite. I'd be fine with that. But I think that there's another guy on this team that I think is an elite wide receiver, and that is Mike Evans.
Mike Evans. I agree.
I want to put Mike Evans lead. He's better than Nico Collins. Hey, I'll put him above Cooper Kupp. Mike Evans is a stud every year. He's the most consistent player in the NFL. Every single year, he's going to give you at least 1,000 yards. Stud.
Can I say this about the Bucs wide receiver room very quick?
Go for it.
Sorry to cut you off. I like it. I think it's one of the best duos in the league.
Easily.
Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. I think both of them can end up in elite by the end of the year. I do like the Mike Evans take because Mike Evans is the most consistent wide receiver option you could ever ask for.
And honestly,
he's the perfect wide receiver you could ever ask for. He's going to show up and do what he needs to do.
Depending on the week, this is interchangeable. Depending on the week, Mike Evans is B and Chris Godwin is elite. Okay. So again, the people that aren't watching the video, listen to that before you start bitching that Chris Evans is in B or not Chris Evans, Chris Godwin is in B. Mike Evans is an elite. Listen to us talk and explain this. But I think overall wise, I have Chris Godwin's career hasn't been as good as Mike Evans. So that is where we're going to take careers into account. And, Mike Evans hasn't fallen off yet, but he's just been so consistent to where he has to be an elite receiver. He has to be.
Yeah. I agree with it. I like those takes.
Chris Olave, I listen. I don't want to put him in B because I think he's better than a B tier receiver.
We put him in future star.
I'm fine putting him in future star. I think that is why this category is going to be perfect. Perfect.
That's where I was going to put him. I was going to put him in future star. He's one of those young wide receivers that's going to be killing it in the league future years. Like we already put Brian Thomas in there, and he's just a rookie compared to like an Adonai Mitchell. And if people are still watching this, and this is a test, Adonai Mitchell, I don't think is going to have as good of a career as Brian Thomas Jr. is going to have. Brian Thomas Jr., in my opinion, is up there for Rookie of the Year. I like how he's been playing. And even though the Jaguars are 0-3, like
I look at this list, I don't see anyone who's an F. You know what I mean?
No,
which is
I don't
why
think so as well.
I think D is going to be the lowest here. I could remove F, but then the D is the new F. So I think
leave F for now, just in case we.
Yeah. Christian Kirk.
We just talked about him.
C.
I think he's a perfect option to have. He's not going to be bad. I mean, he's average. He's the average wide receiver. He's a great option to have. But I don't think he's B.
Yeah. Christian Watson, future star.
Future star.
Future star could put him in B. Could put him as near elite. This dude, he's very good.
I'm putting him below Chris Olave. I like Olave's potential more than Christian Watson.
Yes.
I know some people that last year would have put Christian Watson in C and D.
Mm-hmm.
I know a couple Packers fans personally that weren't high on Christian Watson.
Yeah.
But Christian Watson woke up at the end of the year. He woke up in the second half. I'll put him up there for now. I would argue C just because we've seen him a little bit more, but like that's the thing. Like I don't want to really put him in future star just because we've seen a lot out of him. What's this now? Third year?
Mm-hmm.
But there's another guy I'm going to put in there that's on year 3, and I think you know who I'm talking about.
I don't know about that. Cortland Sutton, B or C?
Put him in B. We just talked about him as well. He is their wide receiver 1. He's a great option. Yeah.
Curtis Samuel.
D. That might be D. I think D. He hasn't been performing as good lately, in my opinion, than he has. I think he was better with Carolina.
D-Hop's B.
D-Hop's B, I like that.
D-Hop used to be up in here in top 5, and then he was elite, and now he's in B. I think that this is solely just based off of his decision to go to teams that are horrible. I mean, he went from the Texans, which were never good, to the Texans got good with Deshaun Watson, and then he left and he goes straight to the he went who'd he go? He went to the Cardinals, and then he went to the Titans. And so he's just never been on a good team, which is kind of sad. I would love the best team he was ever on was that team with Deshaun Watson and Deshaun Watson's prime. But D Hop in his prime was different. I don't think I can ever put him in C.
Nope, you can't.
Deebo Samuel is an elite receiver.
Yeah,
Deebo
I agree.
Samuel's elite, bro. Debo's elite.
He can run those jet sweeps really well. He can do everything.
Debo is elite.
He can do everything, honestly. Yep. He is their wide receiver one. He's miles ahead of Brandon Ayuk. Easily.
Okay. Devontae Smith. This is one of the few guys on this list. I think maybe the only guy on this list who's won a Heisman. I think the future. Oh my God, my headset died. I think future star isn't crazy. To put him as a future star isn't crazy, but I feel like we've seen enough out of Devontae Smith now to call him. It wouldn't be fair to put him in future star just because we've seen enough out of him now. So I think he's a B tier receiver.
I'll put him there. I see the argument for future star.
I've seen he's been in the league a little bit too long for me to put him in that. Like, I think next year at this time we can't put Olave in future star anymore. We can't. No.
I think you graduate after at least 3 years. I know year 3 guys can stay in future star, but the thing with Devontae Smith, he's had some bad games, but then he also has had some really, really good games. So that's what I'm keeping him out of elite with that because he's not on the level of an AJ Brown who's in our top 5.
Yes,
but Devontae Smith is a very solid wide receiver too for them.
Deontay Johnson.
I'm putting him in C.
I think we could put B.
Don't put B.
Hasn't done anything, and as a Steelers fan, it's
too many drops.
See, yes.
Like the thing keeping me back there, like we watched him play so much, all the drops, running backwards. It was frustrating. And I think the Panthers, they got to see a good game out of him with Andy Dalton. I was happy for the guy. He showed up to play. He got some good numbers out of it. I think he had 100 yards receiving that game. I haven't seen that much out of Deontay. That is Deontay Johnson. I almost said Devontae Smith again. We didn't get to really see much out of that with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And whenever he got opportunities, he dropped a couple in the end zone. But yeah, you know what? I agree with what Nicholas said. And I was like, I'm not high on Christian Watson as high as you are. Like, I was arguing C.
I think Christian Watson, we haven't seen enough out of Christian Watson, though.
I think we have.
To call it, I think I got to leave Christian Watson future star.
This is what's going to get us hate, this Christian Watson pick. I can already see it. I think he's a C, maybe a high D.
No way.
I think he's a C at least.
He's shown flashes of being so good, though.
Yeah, flashes. Not at long periods of time. Like last year, he started out awful.
Okay,
let's revisit it at the end.
Okay, okay. DJ Moore, B or elite.
Thank you, Nicholas. Pull up that comment. That he's made of glass. Like. He's a C.
You want to drop him down to C? If you want, I'll give you this. You can use a veto. I'll give you one. Do you want to use that? Is you get an override, and then I'll get an override. If we are
I only get one of these.
You get one. I get one. Okay, we get an override. We've agreed on everything so far. If you want to override,
yeah, I'm using my veto for this one. Christian Watson is a C. I like that. Jaden Reed and Nicholas likes him better too. I like Jaden Reed.
I agree. Jaden Reed is better. My original plan was to put both of them in future star because the Packers got a solid young wide receiver core.
I think Jaden Reed's the bigger future star than Christian Watson.
I agree. I fully agree with you.
I think Watson's a C.
I think Jaden Reed is better than Christian Watson. I was going to get to that. Dontavion Wicks, dude. D.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dontavion Wicks it's his second year in the league. Last year in the league, he was above average. He had like almost 600 yards. This year, he hasn't done much. He only has 26 yards on the year. So I just off of what I've seen from the kid this year, nothing too good from Dontavion Wicks. He's played in all 3 games, and he only has 3 catches and 9 targets. Now, obviously, Jordan Love is hurt, but Yeah, he's a D tier receiver. I think you would obviously, as a Packers fan, you would take Curtis Samuel, Adonai Mitchell, any of these guys above Dontavion Wicks, and he's going to be low. He's going to be very low D. Possible F. Okay?
I don't know if you saw the comment Nicholas just put. We need a who tier.
Yeah,
that would be Wicks.
Oh no, you know who Wicks is.
Who?
You know who Dontavion Wicks is. Come on.
Well, yeah, but like who?
Yeah, no,
it would be really funny.
Um,
Drake London, I'm putting a future star.
Future star.
Put him there with Olave.
Nicholas is gonna be happy about this one. He's a Drake London guy. Drake London is kind of proving me wrong this year. I've never been high on him, but this year he's been pretty good so far. And I think that at the end of this year we could see him in elite or a very high B. But as of right now, him and Chris Olave, I think, are really just similar guys. So
I think Drake London's also going to thrive with Kirk Cousins.
Garrett Wilson,
future star.
Oh, elite. Garrett Wilson's elite, bro. Is that crazy?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to move him?
I'll put him at future star. Just because I want to see more out of him, but like I know he has the potential to be elite, but like I'm not putting him up there yet. I'm not putting Garrett Wilson ahead of Chris Godwin personally. That might be crazy as well. I'm not putting him up there yet. I'll put him in future star, but like I used my veto. I used it.
Do you want to? All right.
Put him next to Put him next to Devontae Smith if we're in between. I think he fits in future star. Because I think future star has potential to be elite in the end of their career. And future star, I'll say this.
I agree. That's not the tab. It's because you're not B. You're not necessarily B because you're bad. It's because we haven't seen enough for
I want to see more out of him.
I'm fine with that.
And wait until this next guy, because I don't know if you're gonna like it. I'm putting George Pickens in future star as well. Because here's the thing. I'm looking at the 5 where if you put George Pickens in there right now, just for example, because we're at pick, drag him up. Drag George Pickens up to the future star. Those are the 5. Those 5 are going to be a top 5 in some time in their career. I am fine with putting those guys in a top 5. Bro, I am so high on Brian Thomas. I am so high on him.
Drake London and Chris Olave and George Pickens aren't going to be top 5, bro.
Who knows?
I know.
Who knows? Well, apparently you don't know because we had hate comments about our quarterback tier list.
That's a fair argument.
George Pickens, future star.
Future star? I think we've seen enough for the George Pickens.
I want to see him with good quarterback play. I think he's going to thrive this year.
I think we've seen enough to put him in B.
He's also had some issues with his emotions that put me in the keep him next to the future stars.
I think we could put him in B here.
I don't think it's bad. It's not bad to be in the future stars, though. Like future stars, you're
definitely not. But we know George Pickens' potential. We know it.
Yes,
we know it.
So. But like, I want to see him get in the end zone way more. I know he hasn't had great quarterback play. He had Kenny Pickett.
What if we put him
so far
behind Devontae Smith? Okay, I'll settle a future star.
I'm fine with putting him in B. Just because of the aspect is we did the same thing with Christian Watson. We've seen a lot out of him. Like we've seen a lot out of George.
Exactly.
We've also seen a lot of Chris Olave and Drake London, and they're already in future.
He's been in the league for 3 years now. I get so is some of the other guys future stars, but they're. I think there's a fair argument for both, for future star and B.
I'll put him in. Let's put him in B.
Low B. Okay.
I don't want to load up B too much though. That's the thing. I'm trying to clean it up.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna be fine there. Jahan Dotson D.
It's fair.
Sorry. Jamo Williams, future star.
Yep, I like that one.
Dude, Jamo's a stud. Jamo is a straight stud. Roll Tide. Jamo's a stud.
I'm with it.
Jackson Smith and Jigba. Future star.
I might argue C.
High C. I can get behind high C.
High C. Put him next to Deontay. I put him in front of Deontay, honestly.
He's the best C we have so far. Jaden Reed's a future star for sure.
Yep. We're high on Jaden Reed here.
For sure. The guy's a stud. Jalen Waddle is I think one of the highest Bs up here. I think he's better than DJ Moore.
I agree with that one.
honestly, put some of these rankings kind of matter. Sorry. I just wanted to do that.
I do agree with putting Pickens ahead of Cortland Sutton right now.
Yeah. Yes.
Honestly, you could argue Devontae Smith and George Pickens right now ahead of D-Hop. I think a lot of people could argue that one.
Maybe
this one's tough because there's no bad wide receivers. I don't think there's no awful ones.
Yes, no, there's not anyone really that bad on this list.
One's sticking out to me as like you're bad, you're awful.
There's there's so many future stars on here, bro. Wow, we have a lot. Puka Nacua is elite. I don't know why I just decided to do that. Puka's elite.
And that's the same thing with Cooper Kupp. They have a great QB.
Yeah.
They have a QB given the ball. Like you said, your Matthew Stafford could be a top 5 quarterback.
Jordan Addison, I think he's a C-tier receiver, bro. I don't think he's I don't think I can put. I think I'm taking George Pickens over Jordan Addison all day. And I love Jordan Addison. I'm a Pitt guy. I watched him win the Belindakoff. I love Jordan Addison. I don't know. I think he's a high C-tier receiver. I don't think the difference between him and Jackson Smith and Jigba is that big enough to put him in B.
I could see 2 options: low future star, highest C.
I think we got to go with highest C. We're gonna have so many future stars.
Yeah, you know what? Let's put him at highest C. He's better than Jackson Smith and Jigba and Deontay, in my opinion. So
Keenan Allen.
This could be messy.
This is where we could get in trouble here.
Keenan Allen is at the end, towards the part of his career where he's now on a Bears team. He was awesome. I loved him with the Chargers. I really did. I think right now he's a B. I don't think he's a C. I have him low B.
Okay, that's
fine. We've seen a lot out of Keenan Allen in his career.
That's fine.
Low B. I'm not putting him in C, honestly, because he's better than all those options in C. I think easily, but low B. I could argue ahead of Cortland Sutton too. But yeah,
we'll put him in the future star for sure.
Fair.
Ladd McConkey, I don't think I can put him in future star.
No,
I don't. I think
I like him. He's a cool little story they got going down in the Chargers. I'll put him in C because I don't think he's going to be bad. I think he's a good option for Justin Herbert. I think he's going to be a solid receiver.
I don't see enough out of him. Like, here's the thing: you can be a rookie and not be a future star. Like, look at Adonai Mitchell. We know he's not going to be a future star just based on what he's done so far in his career.
And I hope they win us over. I really do. A guy like Adonai Mitchell, I liked him in college.
I think there's a few guys in here that can just skip out of future star. I think they can skip out of future star and go straight into elite. And I think Malik Neighbors is a guy that fits that category. And I'd love to know what you think about that. But he is without a doubt a future star. He's the best future star.
I thought you were about to put him in elite.
I think we could. I think you can make a conversation for him already being an elite wide receiver, but he's for sure a future star yet, and he's definitely not B. He's definitely not B. He's higher than B right now.
I'm putting him in future star along the aspect that we put Brian Thomas there and we also put Keon Coleman there, but Malik Neighbors is going to be elite. He's the guy for the Giants. He is the guy for the New York Giants. He is their number 1 receiver that they have been waiting for. Honestly, he's looked like a great pick. He's looking like a rookie of the year front runner. I know I said Brian Thomas, but Malik Neighbors has been putting up monster numbers these last couple weeks. Yeah, I agree. Malik Neighbors, I think he's the top future star. And we could honestly re-rank those at the end a little bit, which I kind of want to, but so Malik Neighbors there.
Marquise Brown, not a future star anymore. I'm fine putting him in D, bro.
You know why I agree with that? The injuries.
Yes. Yeah.
The injuries are holding him back. I know people might say C, which I agree. He can be a C receiver, but he needs to be healthy more. Mm-hmm. I'm a big Hollywood Marquise Brown guy. I liked him. Well, I still do like him, but he's injured all the time. It's holding him back a little bit. We need to see. We've seen a lot of him. We've seen all those flashes, but like you said, and I guess like I said, we agreed, injuries. I think everyone can say the injuries are kind of holding. I mean, if we made it, I think it'd be cool. We made a tier just injured all the time, because Marquise Brown is a C when not injured. Mm-hmm. I think he can be a low B when not injured, but he's injured, so we're putting him in D. Future star. Marv.
Number 1.
Yep.
Pittman, B.
Yeah, I agree. Middle, low B.
I put him above DJ Moore and all these guys.
Yep. I agree. Completely middle of B. Michael Pittman, great option there in Indianapolis. That's quick.
Mike Williams.
C, that's D. Another guy that's had some injuries.
D.
You put him in D?
D or C?
Do we think he's better than Marquise Brown?
Yeah.
Do we think he's better? Well, I mean, we have Adonai Mitchell in D.
End of D.
End of D. We're putting him behind Wicks. I was gonna say on if we want to
call me a madman here. Watch this. Boy. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
Oh. Elite.
Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice is elite. Look at his stats this year.
I can see it. I think he's gonna have a great year.
I think we would have to be straight like idiots to be able to say that we want Nico Collins an elite and not Rashee Rice. There's no way we can put Rashee Rice in this category and not Nico Collins. Nico Collins in this category and not Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice has had the best start to the year this far as a wide receiver, easily. Him and Chris Godwin are off to the hottest starts, and we know Mahomes has a weapon that he's elite no matter what. Rashee Rice is an elite wide receiver as of right now. He's elite. He's elite.
Rashee elite. I'll agree. I'll agree. I would argue also you could say high B just because we haven't seen it a lot. This is his. I think he's gonna have an amazing year. Don't get me wrong. He's Mahomes' number one weapon, so I'll put him in elite. I agree.
Yeah. Rome Odunze.
Future star.
No, I don't think he's a future star. I don't think he's
really.
A future star. No. We have not seen anything out of Rome Odunze this year. He hasn't shown any flashes of anything. I think his potential is behind Ladd McConkey.
Don't make me pull up his stats.
Pull it up.
I think he has a 100-yard game, doesn't he?
I don't think.
Rome Odunze. He has
156 yards through 3 weeks.
That's good for a rookie wide receiver, in my opinion.
Yes. His last game, he had 112 yards, 6 receptions.
I'm putting him in future star. I'm sorry. I know I already used my veto, but I'm putting a Rome.
Oh, I don't know if I think he's. If you. No, I can't do it. I cannot put Rome Odunze in a category with guys like Keon Coleman and these guys. These guys are studs and future stars. Future star. Okay, future star means you are going to be a star in this league, right? It doesn't just mean you're a rookie. Cool.
No, not at all.
He has potential, but as of right now, he's a C. These guys and future stars are future stars of the league. These guys all have potential to be top 10 receivers. Maybe not Jameson Williams. I think J-Mo is the only one on this list I think I'm going to put J-Mo last on the future stars list. All of these guys up here, Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, Chris Olave, Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Jaden Reed, Keon Coleman, all potential to be top 10, top 15 at some point in their career. But Nevin said he hasn't earned anything yet. He's hardly shown flashes. I don't think we can put Rome in future stars yet. I just don't. I don't think he's earned it. I think he's had one game. That's cool. Calvin Austin.
Look what Nicholas just said. I agree. If we put Keon Coleman up there, you have to put Odunze. I agree with you, Nicholas. I completely agree. We've seen more out of. I think we've seen
my
more.
Veto. This is my veto. My veto.
Okay, you're using your veto to save him there. I think. Here's my argument. I think that we've seen more out of Rome than Keon so far. Personally, Keon Coleman's had some pretty rough games. I think it was one of these games he had like 0 catches or like 1 catch in one game. Rome Odunze already has a 100-yard reception game over it. Like he's at 156 yards in 3 games.
Keon Coleman's definitely not C yet.
Like what has Keon Coleman shown through 3?
So you want to put Keon in C?
I already used my veto. I already did. I used it. I forget who I even used it on.
Give me an argument for why Keon Coleman should be C.
What have we seen out of him so far?
I guess
not a lot.
I guess but let's pull up his stats. But I still think he has way more potential than Rome Odunze.
We've seen more out of the first 3 rookies in those 3. I guess more than Rome and Keon Coleman.
Yeah,
we've seen more out of Marv. We've seen more out of Malik Neighbors and even Brian Thomas. We've seen way more out of those guys. I'd agree to put them both in C. I would completely agree. I don't think it's fair we put Rome Odunze in C and Keon Coleman in future star, personally.
All right.
My opinion. Like you said, you used your veto to save him if you want to keep him up there.
Everyone in the chat agreeing. If everyone in the chat agrees,
I'll say this. Before we get the hate comments when we post this, I am the voice of reason of the people.
Yeah.
I am the voice of the reasoning.
I mean, we'll pull up all the stats. Here we go. Right, watch this. For all you people on YouTube.
I don't like Keon Coleman ahead of Rome Odunze right now.
Debate a wall in YouTube, okay? Before you clown us and dislike the video, you can. I got a message for you. DM me. How about I want to say this? Nathan made me delete a comment on this one guy's post. I was responding to our hate comments, and Nathan texted me and he goes, "Dude, you got to delete that." I didn't think it was that crazy. Do you think it was that crazy?
No, but I thought it was pretty funny to make you delete it.
Can I say what it was?
Yeah, you said he's so stick to Fortnite.
This guy who commented on our video. I mean, let me see if I can pull the comment. I won't even pull it up. I won't try. But he called us. He said like a clown. Was that the guy said clown show tier list or something? I click on this guy's profile, right, and he's making Fortnite edits like. And so I respond and I say, stick to Fortnite edits, lil bro. I don't think that was that crazy. I mean, let me do my job. Stick to Fortnite edits, lil bro. Keep watching. If you're watching this again, stick to Fortnite edits, lil bro.
We're putting this on our resume.
Yeah, tanked out.
Let me do my job. See, like, I don't think we can easily move on from the Keon Coleman Rome Odunze thing. We have the chat, like we have all these guys blowing up right now.
Both in C. Fine, deal. I'm done. Hands are washed. I'm clean. They're both in C. I won my thing by putting Rome in C and not in future star. So I'm done. Okay. Let's T Higgins. B.
He's a B receiver.
He
hasn't been doing much this season with the whole contract injury issues, but B. Yeah. He's really good when healthy.
Yeah.
He can be elite when healthy. He's one of their best receivers.
Scary Terry is fringe elite.
Yeah, you're not as high on him as I am. I know that.
I'm very high on Terry. But again, we haven't seen enough out of him yet. But he's definitely not a future. He's been in the league too long to be a straight future star. You could ask me 2 years ago, I'd put him in future star. He's a B tier receiver, and by the end of this year, we could talk about him being elite, maybe. But as of right now, I would not confidently say he's better than Godwin. He's not better than Stephon Diggs. And he's definitely not a future star. I think his future's now. His future
I'm
is
happy that he has a quarterback now that seems to like the throw to him.
I agree.
I think that's going to surge his rankings. I think Scary Terry could end this season in elite.
Tyler Lockett is mid C. He is again. I'll tell you what. Tyler Lockett is a worse Mike Evans. He is consistently mid. Okay, he is so consistently mid, and he is a fraction above like the hump of mid. He's like on the good side of mid. There's bad side mid, good side mid. He's barely on that good side of mid. He does his job well, and he's always a solid option, but he's not as solid as Mike Evans, to where Mike Evans is so solid elite. Okay,
that's fair.
So
I don't really have any.
See, Xavier Worthy.
Can I add one thing about Tyler Lockett really quick? I agree with that take. He's had some injury issues, but here's the thing about Tyler Lockett that I think is really funny. It's at least once a year he has like a 40-point or 50-point fantasy football game. It's just random. Sure. It's the random Tyler Lockett week, and it's like a mid-season surge, so it's coming. But like he needs to keep, like, DK Metcalf is their guy. A lot of people could probably argue him to be a low B receiver because we've seen it, but like I think he's middle high C personally. So I agree with your take right there. I'm fine with keeping him down where he is. But like I can completely see where people are coming from, maybe a low B type of thing. So yeah.
Xavier Worthy, future star for sure. Again, I think I put him above Jaden Reed and JMO here. Braylon just said if we're talking, let me pull his comment up here. If we're talking right now, Keenan Allen C, yeah, but again, it's only been 3 weeks. Keenan Allen we got to respect him a little bit more than C here, a little bit more. Just over his career a little bit. That's the only thing that's going to add up. But yeah, we are talking right now. We are talking right now.
We're taking into account right now in a lot of their career, especially these like D Hop. Like you said, he'd be elite, but like we still have him in B because his career's been amazing. So
Zay Flowers, last one, future star for sure. I think.
Yeah, I like Zay Flowers.
I think we could even put him in elite possibly, but Zay Flowers is one of the better future star guys in here. Again, I think it'd be disrespectful to put Zay Flowers in C.
I agree.
I think Zay Flowers is a high B here. But yeah,
I'm high on the sophomore year of Zay Flowers this season.
Same.
I had him in rookie of the year conversations last year when we were doing our predictions a little bit for other stuff. But I'm high on him. I like Zay Flowers. If Lamar can find him in the end zone, I know they've had some miscues. He had the issues in the playoffs last season. Big mishaps that kept them out of a solid playoff run and possible Super Bowl appearance. But other than that, like I like it. Do we want to re-rank some stuff in certain ones? Like I kind of I want to look at the future stars first of all.
Okay.
Because I think the future stars had the most talk, especially with the Coleman and Odunze thing. Can you zoom in possibly on just the future stars? Make it bigger. Okay, thank you. So future stars, we got Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr., Zay Flowers, Chris Olave, Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Xavier Worthy, Jaden Reed, Jamison Williams.
Perfect.
Do you think it's perfect in that order?
Perfect. Okay, you want to order it? Let's order it.
Can we put Garrett Wilson ahead of Olave and London possibly? Maybe. I could see the argument. Xavier Worthy, honestly, he had a really good first game, but he's been kind of quiet these next two.
Exactly.
I could see, you know what, like we saw Keon Coleman at least got in the end zone, I think, once. Xavier Worthy's gone a couple times. I could see the argument people will say he's a C receiver. Because
I think Keenan Allen right here, low B is perfect. I think he's the worst out of all these guys in B.
I'm the
top 5.
I can easily see the arguments if people are watching this far of why Xavier Worthy should not be in future star and be a C, just because of where we put Rome and Keon Coleman. I
agree. Zay is absolutely at least B right now, but I think it would honestly even be a little disrespectful to put him in B.
And I'll say this about our future stars category: it's nothing, but it's not disrespectful to put them. We think these guys are going to be top 5 possibly in their career.
Putting these guys in future stars is not saying they're below B.
No,
it is not. No. It's saying that it's just not. You can't really rank them fully right now. I think Zay Flowers for sure is B. I think Zay Flowers is cusp elite right now, as well as other guys on this list. Like Drake London is better than some of these guys in B. Drake London's better than Cortland Sutton. Drake London's better than T. Higgins. Drake London's better than George Pickens.
We just can't put there's gonna be people I wanted to put George Pickens in future stars along those aspects of I think he's gonna be really good in his career, but we've seen him do a lot more in his career. He's played 3 years. I know we had Christian Watson in there for 3 years in future stars. We moved him down. I think the talking points, if we get any, might be Tyler Lockett, possibly. I think people are going to want him in B. Keenan Allen, possibly lower than where he is just because he's kind of falling off a little bit. Braylon just said Garrett Wilson should not be in the same talk as Jamison.
He's not. He is not. That's why JMO's on the bottom. But JMO's a future star.
They're both going to be future stars.
But
that's the thing. It's not disrespect.
Garrett Wilson is a higher ceiling of futures. That's why JMO's at the bottom of future star. You could put JMO in C for sure. JMO can be C, but JMO has shown flashes this year of this guy could be very good in the NFL.
But I can also see where people are coming from where they shouldn't be in the same talk. Because a lot of people think Garrett Wilson is going to be elite or elite now.
I think JMO is future star potential, but I don't think it'd be crazy to drop him into C. Do we want to drop JMO into high C below? Because I think JMO's not as good as JSN, but better than Tank Dell. You want to drop JMO right here?
That's fair. We got to do some cleaning up with this, I think. let's look at C tier. Can we zoom in a little bit? Just briefly. Here we go. C tier. So we already went through the Keon Coleman little debate there, him and Odunze. I want to look at Tank Dell, kind of. He had a really good year last year. He had a great year last year. Yeah. I don't want to put him in B, but I can see the argument people could have for future star. Mm-hmm. I could see it. Tank Dell showed awesome flashes. I'm not going to put him up there, but I think he's going to be another talking point.
Crazy sneeze right there. Good mute on the mic, though.
Great. I think Tank Dell's going to be a talking point in comment sections if they watch that far or hear us debate it a little bit. Because he was amazing.
We'll have one person debating and not 50 people telling us to, and
you guys suck. You guys don't know football.
Yeah. All right. This is the final tier list. Are we locking? Can we press the final button? Finalize this.
Let's see. Zoom in our top 5. Sorry, it's kind of blurry on my end.
Good.
Okay, so there's our top 5. Nature Made. You don't get a sponsor. Justin Jefferson. Like we did this in the first.
This is going to catch the most slack. AJ Brown, not Jamar Chase.
Yeah, that is going to catch the most slack. Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra, AJ Brown. Easy top 5. That's what we think. It's the interchangeable portion is what's going to catch all the slack. AJ Brown, Jamar Chase, like you said.
Yep.
That's what's going to get all the slack from people. And I can see it both ways. I really could. Maybe some people might not agree Stephon Diggs is a B. Some people might think he's elite still.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's fine. I'll finalize it.
I'm signing my name on it.
I forget who I even used my veto on. Do you remember?
Finalized. You use your veto. You use your veto. Putting you use your veto. Someone in future stars. I think you put. Who did you use your veto on?
I forget.
I did not use it though. Someone in future stars.
I used the veto somewhere.
Oh yeah, I used it putting Christian Watson into C.
Yeah. I didn't want him to be in future stars.
Fair. Now looking at future stars, Christian Watson is definitely the worst one at it. I like
what Braylon said. Christian Kirk should not be the lowest C as well.
Okay, Brandon Cooks is.
I like Christian Kirk.
Let's bring what I see here.
Can we put Ladd McConkey last? He's still a rookie. I haven't seen much out of him. But at the same time, we haven't seen a lot out of Rome and Keon Coleman.
I think this is fair.
I also agree with what Braylon just said. Deontay should be the lowest in C. He's had some mishaps, especially with his hands. We've seen
Deontay's better than Calvin Ridley right now. I say we finalize this. Final.
I'll finalize it. Hit the button.
It's been finalized. Wide receiver tier list. I think this is better. It's going to cause less controversy than our quarterback tier list. So again, comment, tell us if we're wrong. I enjoyed reading all of our hate comments. I like that. I honestly enjoy it. But comment, like, subscribe.